abusiafo nti ene ye hwe major issue bi a very interesting but esan ye futuo ne warning kokobo magana mema ne ma but mostly mema ye be rape defilement monato na the entire very interesting topic how ye bema was o mo wani ko ho ne say Ghana mema bebre nim say nipa say jai menye say Supreme Court Justice Doche justices are kesi omugu nyina say the slightest degree of penetration just so the wuram kitwa bi a bra obedam na pa say just now the wuram kitwa bi kra enjoyment ben na wom a ntu bedi sa small wuramu no bi kra na ho bi bese wa ampepe wa enjoy ho ama nso na ukodem o rape die hu no kra na say law no so kyerem say nipa kro no di 60 years a ubehwe no na ukom defilement no ko ehu and ye natural canon knowledge and natural canon knowledge sexual offense and lawyer Paul Atitsogbui Esquire ebe boya me yatim na wodi bia to koto dwemu na bronya bebe uko club menye meye upia so se Ghana girls de o ka say no and I say yes upia so a ubedi bro na rewie na ugina kantabake so nim say IGP so dey say yo ni agro ubedem eni agro ansa anko ka say me hu yanka lawyer mo akwaba
Yo, if you are me that's and I'm here to for you nso.
You lawyer na say we be cases akese bi a Supreme Court ai na ma me kwa me hu ye na me ma hweme Greek versus the Republic police for so no mercy for the cripple ye dem ko 15 years
No, I'm
but
running
also
there.
bonusing almost ono so teacher no kwa de ni ti de ye but o dem kra nsa mo ko Supreme Court na say ba ko a unu abema lawyer sosu ne lawyer ba kwa me ba ko omo faaye akwa need 15 years in we kransa na omo prima Supreme Court kwa yi convention e fi no so enti utum ze mo na ato no ye serious nti na misre wo se ne
Very.
nya boche na cheche mu maye no
All right. All right. Inti me here to for you
mo jo so
This topic is very important. Rape and defilement. Nearly can ye be say then rape and then defilement. Into rape, Osha section 97 of the Criminal Act now. It defines rape as unnatural canal between two people. Obano ama consent. It consent, it define whether it is rape or any rape. Now, what is consent? Consent, and they say, Obano Pene say, yeah, nah. I have read a case court no can say Obani penny at a point, but before you penetrate, the Obani review her consent. Ain't at the time of penny, so penetrate here. Now the time I over penetrate, withdraw the consent a rape.
we draw consent nchire ni twi mu na enti ase ke say before be obana dia tum so no be ko
Why bibia say yenye afedu bebia na o say emfa nhemu wa withdraw the consent. Inti enu na ma you can even rape your wife and kasa you can rape your wife because a wife can say emfa nhemu I will say or withdraw. All right, but the difficulty is say at the end of your process and yes machine you say fashion right, something will lead you on to baby into the final stage of the process is where you penetrate into if the person has led you on to the point of where at that time no what doing no baby and I'm only open and him open penetrate was my withdraw my consent don't penetrate into penetrator or say it's a rape. A very difficult, a very, very difficult situation. My advice is say, just be very careful. So,
na ka say o kan wife asemi under Ghana law minim say abroche de wo ho but Ghana criminal code no oyire does she come under section 97 now o kan what say is it not the case obi wa worry there our prior consent so oyire no wa pene so wa jatum so obeye oyire no wa pene so dada
if you share section 97 now it doesn't talk about relationship.
Ampa.
In the relationship doesn't matter. Whether your wife, your girlfriend, it doesn't matter. Or say,
Hey.
if you have a sexual intercourse with a woman without the woman's consent, it's a rape. As to wife, as to whatever, you share her. At any point, be a maker say you had sex with me without my consent, it is rape. We don't even want to think about or look at your wife and your wife. The penetration is at the point I will penetrate. Do you have the consent of the woman to do that? If yes, it's not rape. If no, it is rape. I have read
Wow.
I read a decision where the court was trying to find out, especially in our part of the world. Say, I don't know, no yeah, open. I'll better say, I'll bet me approach a man say, I want you to have me. All right. Until when does her yes become yes? And when does her no become no? Because sometimes no, we can no, but what she meant is yes.
But no be there read am who say because we now can say Ghana for no yen
Aha.
fire no can say we na me pese me ne oba
Exactly.
hia and I da.
Until a no say oba can no. Now we find yes. Now when taking action bia, not just say her no means yes. But so Banika no. Now we find yes. Now taking action there, then she really meant her no.
Hey, and na just say was say man no so ani da was say ye pa say no a. E was say ni say ye dey body kire keke say no. Was say ye bibi ma obi be man who
Yes.
say yes no ye nye.
In the case I was referring to may high title no, later I made it available. Judge, was of the view say it is a process. And because the woman led the man on, led the man on, led the man on at the very last stage, that is the stage of no return. At that stage, if you withdraw your consent at that stage, you have not been fair to the man. You have led the man onto. And other factors are a boa.
I know ye Ghana judge
Yes,
no ka say
yeah,
no.
it's a
Okay.
decision in
Okay.
Court of Appeal.
Okay.
And no, what helped the man was he considered the time. The
Okay.
time was around 11 o'clock.
Mhm.
All right. He considered the circumstances. The circumstance was Obani Bearman went out to have fun, drink, and all that. And you came. Into per your conduct,
What
show
my
said,
consent?
well, my consent, per your conduct.
Mm,
All right. But Obani said, no, my consent should be expressed. Say, do it or don't do it, or stop, don't do
mm,
it. All right. Then the
ah,
court said, once you have led the person on, it's a process. Once you have led the person on to, at the last stage, you have already psyched the person psychologically.
okay.
You have already led the person on. At that point, it's too late for you to withdraw your consent.
Okay. Council
Yes.
me
So
tell
the
her
court,
I think it is very fair for the judge say.
yes.
One in the panel PA, it is only Ghana for girls, you will 10 BIA, you numsen. You can no.
Aha.
When you mugu, you could dinisika, they had no PA, now the no bloomba, now the no osu, the roots, now the no or jigus now so no, or jigus now no, now also so the moon on so mu, mabo, one waji tequila, on to waji, including the bedufia. To me withdraw consent no at that last hour by the
No.
why no nsa wa no money na pie wasoso ni mu ono so wasoso mu oba bi call hono ma council we dey abonten but for want of education one man
Oh, it
blue
doesn't
ball
corrupt
one
the
man
court.
blow job only
Uh-huh.
na to me nkasa afa dia menye that is what
Yes.
the court is
Good.
saying.
Good. Good. So
Okay.
the court was of the view, say, the contribution, the role of the Obano. So at that point, the Obano was a contributory factor. At that time, the Obano could not have withdrawn her. Well, it's a yes, upon Kamudu them but all of you were on the bed. And well, Roya Namubaye Nina, and we afraid the Eduhana money, Obemano ye penetration, who say we. So that is what they call. But you might not be lucky. You don't know the judge. So judge, anchor and tonu that liner, and also be read the law as it is in the black and white. You'll be in trouble. You'll be in
Okay.
trouble. Whenever
although Act 97 they can say no, judge bi betimi atwere mu slightly different. Na woma one say we bema mo ani na ho.
don't take chances. Don't take chances. Don't
And
take
now
chances
your ban so a men you obi echi ne nko ye so wo konom no.
at
Na wo ne na
all.
kwa ma be wura dem o fo say o ma mi di ni
All
sika.
time.
Na wo di ni sika wie ne ye ba dem ho na be kan no. Kan no na. The judge can say wo ka ho. Ntu me be accusing ni pa no say rape.
Exactly. But my advice, they say, don't be carried away by that decision, because you might not know what the other courts might do. Because the courts consider all the factors, all the factors, yes, the circumstances that led to Wenunti. So, the circumstances overwhelming say, Obani conduct no portrays consent, the court will not interfere. Now, another thing I hear briefly, into the rape, the difference between the rape and defilement is about age. 16 years and above. If you have unconsent as sex with 16 years and above, a rape. And age below 16 years and below, that person by law doesn't have capacity to consent.
Actually,
say
only 16 years.
If Phoebe were honoma, say Oka cry, say Beman in the crana, and Branny say, who need sa 2 minutes, I will bet my cassa Beman in the under. Into that age, so Baneba, no, so Mina may say on the menda, and Branny be catch all say, or Banancasa need that capacity.
And another lawyer, the any serious. They just say, "Memma no money na mo say you guess be aba." You from Latojin babies. Me call bring say mama say na me Latojin baby. Who bound say ne ho soso or body.
So only 16 years.
Only 16 sir. So only one fufura bi on mo nam. Who get bia madam be na tokro bia be wuram. Into papa get no cry. Was so you careful say when this saying and yes as department here very well.
Yes. So a prove say girl in this 16 years, whether she consented or she did not consent, deemed as she lacks the capacity to consent. Into whatever she said will not suffice. Now let's look at.
And she said, "Okay, court now say akwala ne maame ma ye chew. Say one ne bada. What defile no na koka so oya me girl. Eno mfa ho.
And no cry, you have worsened your situation because if there's an evidence. Say, or you're below 16 years. Now, who say a girl? The answer is an admission of having sexual intercourse with the girl. If you're not there, on admission, the court will not waste time to try you. Now, people can say, girl, now never force me on one of what I'm saying is say on these 16 years, she lacks the capacity to consent. Decision, Randy says, such person decision be able to take it. And the mommy they say taking that decision. She can't take decision on her own. Until at that age, who are SSR, you can't sign your acceptance letter because you lack the capacity to consent. Until one share masturbation. Now,
a good one in pa lawyer. Me person will emphasize honey bill because minim boys baby omo the SHS girls no mo pe. Omo for says uncle ano omo moka. Obeka kofa sister penny there. I feel no baby no bone straight wig into a panel at a
when you say ice cream. And
ice cream. Put ice cream, no popcorn man and the boy nyade brano we are no aba. Obi there 5 rounds to cry mojamono no neneko. Yeah, one member be also money ni po mo pen cranketing nti me pese wo si so
be vitamin no.
Serious or cancel.
Recently, right? There was a picture of a 16 years girl on here on the birthday. I tried to look at the picture wall, look at the lady wall, and I was wondering whether indeed she was 16 years. But yes, my name is who we are. She looked matured. She looked up and you cry into a money trap. They are the trap. Who say, oh, she's somewhere 28 or 16 years, below 16 years. Masturbation.
Also, me what me nieces are. Me who am 16-year-old baka so obaka say big girl. Why
Yes.
any nails? Me niece
Good.
yo akraketwa. Enso ne ho soso. Oye
The whole
gram
system.
nti wo na abefo say we di 20 bibi nso oya akola ketwa.
Omo nyina ye trap. Omo nyina ye trap. Udi
Mm.
agro, you sleep and you find yourself at
And
the wrong
found say
place.
akola na ka beka ebema scholarship say akola na be feel.
No. No. And Brandon say akola no ni consent or be scholarship. When
Okay.
ni consent or no because say beta fraction but madaho be beda me so ye na be ye no. We need sa consent no.
I see.
Inti okwa you very careful. Hwɛ ni ye wo nya da wo ye doubter. Don't try. Aha, mpanyinfoɔ no bi wɔ hɔ, ɔmo ayɛ ready. Ɛkɔpa akɔla bi akɔha ɛkɔsɛ wɔ life. And Brandon
Ah.
said, if you have sexual intercourse with a child, I mean somebody below 16 years, you are looking at 7 years to about 27 years.
Wow.
It's a judge, you know,
Akupe o wa wakobu
yes,
mistakenly no.
yes.
Yo.
It's a judge, you know, you're crying also, or to middle. You are looking about maybe 14 or 15 years.
Yeah.
14 years out of your life in prison. Masturbation.
It's not worth it.
Yes. It's not worth it at all. It's not worth it at all.
Wo anka obenya wa wo so na wo de.
Akɔnɔ bɔne no. Akɔnɔ bɔne. Nti ɛwɔ sɛ bɛma yɛ try sɛ yɛbɛdi yɛn ho so kakra. Ɛyɛ den o. Ɛyɛ den. Sometimes drive paa na ho bi ase. Oh, Awurade. But ayɛ akai prison.
Exactly.
Wokae prison na wacycle ho, then you move on. Yes. Woanhwɛ yie masturbation.
Because me anka ho no ka obesan kan bi o say to de bia
yes.
drive ya yes. Kan bi
Who driver? Utimi who be a sometimes who be your uniform. Then teachers no mostly no. They fall into this because I can share uniform or you look younger. But so or the Saturday classes or share jeans show we are who will never so mature. Udi agro you go. Udi agro you go. Inti ina and Kolano so near Yanni said they are very fertile at that age, very, very fertile. Although who can what here, what you say? When you send the idea, they say, I know the Rapsis and Lukuta, the evidence to speak for itself. You don't need to prove. We have to be very careful. We have to be very careful.
Na nti na education we aye na ye good no. Nti council ye free 97 ye 98. 98 also to our definition of rape no. So say rape is a carnal knowledge of a female of 16 years and above without consent. What can?
Yes.
Into or say it's a female. Into me pese e chire because that no ube can bibi sa na mema ni because omo nso ye to me rape omo. But 98 nigga say rape is the carnal knowledge of a female of 16 years and or above without consent. Not just say mema de obi ntumi nkoto no mo na.
Well, now no with there's a bill at the parliament. We are considering that. So that is the same sex. But with the definition, you know, and with the penetration, you know, means oba into me into Bema mona because oba into me penetrate Bema, which is unfortunate.
Yes.
But we can charge oba on a seduction under 108. All right. Yes, that you seduce the person. We can take the Albano to 108 on a seduction.
Okay, make 108 no because why the can say it's unfair. Because Bema fi nipa da say ni moja woni mu. So we should not consider as a constitution say we are equal before the law. Na say you protecting ma dia. Ade na ye mo Bema so ho ban say Bema dia say ye bu Bema so on do ya ade ya no you join no ya protect.
Very unfortunate
case.
very, very unfortunate. I mean, him say a lot of countries are considering amending that way. No? But if they will tell you, say, the whole thing starts from mind. And it is connected, say, it is believed, say, Obama, you get erection from your mind. All right? Until once you form the intention, that is where you get erection. It is a one forming intention now, you not get erection. It is a Obama now you want for me intention of doing what you want to do. And when you erection, you can without erection you can't penetrate.
But lawyer scientists in big crown so cause a man's erection. No. I've read a lot of scientific books on which say a man erection in the clitoris because almost forming intention. I will trim. Nti
But
arouse wɔ ne chim so ɔne obi bɛda a ɔmo nso nya erection ɛwɔ ɛyi clitoris nim. Nti is that not enough to say
but
say
no,
yɛn
that
protect mmarima nso nka ho na nyɛ mmarima
no,
nyɛ ɛnoe.
that cannot penetrate a man because the man has nothing to be penetrated.
Na
All right.
na bi o council nti bɛrima to obi ntumi penetrate.
Oh, if we are what now can I've seen it. And yet that's long enough. All right, it's not that long enough to penetrate.
Okay.
But Emma no moye we no, they uses that. Into be who say oba ne ba na ba ko long clitoris. No we use to. Inti eno de omoye, but e very difficult for oba ne bema.
Don't you think say a brass so say ebi a amendment to law yi said the yebe change say penetration should not be with limited to a penis and kwa. Now so obi the vibrator penetrate obi the
Good.
nsa penetrate obi the bibia any object kwadu cucumber or the penetrate obi a e was some run channel say a rape and not
And
defilement
no, now you see, we have natural and unnatural carnal
okay
knowledge.
okay
Into natural knowledge, carnal knowledge, yeah, when you use your private part. But the unnatural is when you
oh
use
okay
any other thing apart from your private part. It's
oh
like the
okay
vibrator, the cucumber, the carrot, whatever you use, your finger, whatever, yeah,
okay
unnatural. And also it's an offense.
oh okay enti mema na omo say man na ato omo mo na ni nyina no mbetimi ama still yache emma no under unnatural carnal knowledge me boa council me read the unnatural carnal knowledge which is section 104 section 104 so whoever has unnatural carnal knowledge of any person I had a one cast a female any person of age 16 years or over without his consent shall be guilty of a degree of, I think, a first degree felony, second degree felony, and shall be liable on conviction of imprisonment to a term not less than 5 years. Council, Sambra, of not less than 5 years. Yeah, or a conviction to imprisonment of a term not less than 5 years and not more than 25 years, or B, of any person of 16 years or over with his consent is guilty of a misdemeanor, or C, of any animal is guilty of a misdemeanor. And I just say, oh, to abuakram monakra, and also you are guilty of misdemeanor. 104 no ka eno ukoto aboa monakra, you are guilty of misdemeanor. And two, a natural carnal knowledge is sexual intercourse with a person in an unnatural manner or with an animal. Inti
Yes.
104 na make kind of unnatural carnal knowledge, you know.
The unnatural carnal.
Na just say obema bi koto obema mu na the ade rewura ne to. And bibia you betimi ache nipa no still not under rape but under unnatural
Yes, on the
carnal knowledge.
unnatural, yes, yes. And also is an offense.
Okay.
But all must come without consent.
Okay.
To be able to
Okay.
establish that offense, it must come without consent.
Okay.
If it's with the consent, it will be difficult to
Okay.
establish.
That no abranti bi on Instagram catch him say obey be force na man a blow job. Does it
Oh, yeah,
qualify as a natural?
yeah, for so yeah,
I
for
have
so.
force is a cancel. Oh no,
No.
them man is a force na. I say a force.
We see, yeah, for so. But if you had not intention, no intentional, you will not get erection. Unless I catch him say,
That cancel so can't tell so nya erection. No say oba na force na man a blow job. Blow job
okay,
no oba na di na yi ahye na numo.
okay. Inti obani i blow job na onya erection na wenya.
Na say na cancel na say nipa no force ma blow job ah. The moment or they say na no account will bear money there, definitely your body will react and get an
Exactly.
erection.
So the intention.
So are you saying that because he has erected into there's no offense?
Let me say this. Let me say this. You can, if a woman say no, it's no. Oba no did not drink kohwa and son, who say Oba no will feel wet. But if Oba say no, you can do whatever. she will never feel get wet. If Oba say no,
Mhm.
all right. But Bema dear, our body is so sensitive. Say upo, regardless Oba ni touch you kakra no, you get erection. So it comes from the mind. But I agree, say we
Mhm.
should not only center rape or defilement on penetration alone.
Okay.
Because see, again, Sadia, the men will be at a disadvantage because
Mm.
we have nothing to be penetrated.
Okay.
Into therefore, always, say a ban is a crowd, ban or ye bibia or ye force now, you end up penetrating now. You will be the how is it called? You will be the
What is the difference between 102 and 104? Because section 104 say natural carnal knowledge. Whoever has carnal knowledge has a natural carnal knowledge of an idiot, imbecile, chesobia. Sa yenu anu eto de bi obi
yes.
won mana. What is
Uh-huh.
the difference between natural carnal knowledge and unnatural carnal knowledge?
Okay, so natural canal, no, it is when you use your natural,
What
uh,
do be mana
man's
uni pe
private
bia no?
parts
Mhm.
is
Okay.
natural. That is what it's meant for.
Oh.
But the
Oh, okay.
unnatural is using any other thing which is not meant for that. But
Mm.
102 no, is a protection to people like, excuse my language, idiots and be so. Those people now they look the same. Obi accept
Obi a
that.
n'adwene mu ha no kakra no.
Exactly.
Okay.
And by law, no, obi a na-adwene mu ha no, or also lack capacity, or also just like somebody below 16 years.
Mm.
Until if you have sex with such person, which have handled a case like that, the man has sex with such a person, even though the man has two wives. All
Ah,
right. Yeah, the man
awo
has
yiri
two
no
wives.
mienu.
In
Ana
our
osan ne
cycle,
obi a n'adwene mu nyɛ
yeah,
kɔda yɛ.
now when or yeah, some crofoni be the ticket be ni na
Asɛ wa nyini yie bi saa.
yes, saa nkurɔfoɔ no bi ɛna na excuse ne sɛ ɔbɛrima no ɔbaa ne maame na ɛka kyerɛ ne sɛ ɔnyɛ na ne ba ne nwo, alright, but wei no nobody can give consent ma obi in this
Mm.
circumstance nti the court ignored that defense no, and the man was convicted.
Nti akwara no a ɔse ne maame na ɛka kyɛn sɛ ɔne ne wo na akwara ne maame wɔ he? Ne maame
No,
bɛgye tu ho sɛ ampa.
bɛrima no sɛ ɔbaa no mbese ne mother ka kyerɛ ne sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ ne ba ne wo
Ah, nti ɔne ne
nti
mmɛda.
ɔno no nkɔ have no na
Ah,
ɔmpregnate ne ba no na sɛ ɛnyɛ biribiara koraa ne ba no
awo
wo ba
ama no.
ɛna ne ba no
Ɛna
nso
maame no ba court bɛka sɛ ampa ɔno no se
no
papa
maame
ne.
no didn't come wamba
Ne kyɛ sɛ ɔboa me bo a.
well, we cannot talk, but that is his state in the position. But the court didn't even listen to that. Even if the mother had come to say yes, Grana, the mother cannot consent on behalf of the wedding, and no will be no. So the
Ɛyɛ ne
man,
ɛno nso nti na kyɛ sɛ obi a asɛ wanyini yie a n'adwene mu nna hɔ no. Ɛni sɛ wo ne ne kɔda sɛ nipa no koraa na ɛse
only capacity to
only
consent.
capacity.
Only capacity to consent. Into Ukoya, or to say 16 below 16 years. Masobeshi, only capacity. Yeah, you don't try it.
And see,
You
that's the
don't
difference between natural and natural carnal knowledge. No? Okay. There's also an between a natural and there's one section 103. Indecent assault. Be busasa because of a memani di anaye kasa say a kama mana rape defilement ma ninyina ma eka. But a memman also started busasa almost super protection as a mrano or you almost see encheng. Now indecent assault or to whoever indecently assault any person shall be guilty of a misdemeanor and shall be liable to conviction of a term of imprisonment not less than 6 months. A person commits the offense of indecent assault if A, without the consent of another person, he forcibly makes sexual bodily contact with another person. Hey, council, where the Ghana
No,
member
here no, we are not even
baby?
looking at yes. Here we are not even looking at penetration.
Okay.
Indecent sexual assault, no. Even so obi mua ni nufu mua indecent sexual assault. Wo here so fingering will fall here. All right. Say obi say me brush here is indecent assault. Into all those ones no fall here. Who you sue sa, who you sue bibi, who you sue usonimu. I mean, yes, all falls under 103, the indecent assault. It falls under
Very
103.
interesting, pana. Obo
Very.
twice because I
Yes,
was a man or
indecent.
Ghana.
Yes,
Oh, we are
it is
fine girl, no
indecent.
about to.
Yes. You see, assault is touching someone without the consent of the person. In a criminal assault or a normal assault, right? Just like battery, touching someone without the consent of the person, all right? Into here, if you hold somebody's buttocks, obi chomna, someone who's obi tuso, na wabo pa is indecent assault. Now, obi without the person's consent, what's so the do from is indecent assault. All those things constitute indecent assault. Here, it can also be at the other side, the opposite side. A bar can also hold a man's private part. The woman can be charged for indecent assault.
I know they cancel me a many me who be pa. Me start a juma for frono. Na minim lady bia. As ye nyina ye wo adwuma mu no abo waso we be ma no ade o trousers
Yes.
anim no no amia o
Aha,
se
no,
o
we be,
pese eso
aha.
na nti enka sa time enka law no betimi
Yes.
awe no mebo a.
Yeah, yes, a baby no, indecent assault. And I will and bear man swa. Or to be so, who the young bear man, no, so the bear man. Bear man, who the young bear man, no, so the bear man.
Yes, and also I
Yes, and this is the indecent assault. Well, be or why, man, who case be a obi dwareniba. That was in UK. And the child was 8 years and above. You know, in UK, Sakurada di oba wedi 8 years. Bema uni who to me say objareno.
Hey,
Yes, only to me say objarena or they will say no, background we don't have that way. In this Abofrani call school, no kasa them papa ne jare me. Near bisa say or who was say no say indecent assault. The man can go to prison. All right.
wow.
Yes. In UK, I know it's 8 years, 8 years and above. You don't have the right. Say we ba already 8 years, but below
I
no, yes you
see.
can.
And the Ghana they dware ye masada ye shada mfani serious.
Yes,
And
because
I
you
will say
see, Ghana no when they be reporting. Say akola go school, no catch any teacher cry, teacher will brush it off. But elsewhere no, US, UK, akola no ma obiti say that is what happens to me. Indecent assault, the father will be in trouble. The father will
Wow.
be in trouble.
Wow.
Yes, the father
But
will be
we
in
a very good education, Magana mema pa because me sure
Yes,
say
we
omuni.
must
But
be.
also a warning man no because you maybe why no so open mema grow. To omu
Yes,
be maybe to me cross on obi o to me de ne sa be fa wo chest or say o 6 pack dey emi fe o not ne sa fa obi o ye ne every day especially adwuma say indecent assault lawyer see e dey adwuma ka adwuma mu fo bebre bedem
oh
people
baby,
assault
but
bebre wo adwuma mu both mema and
when you
ma.
say the men, we sometimes enjoys it. So yeah, report to.
Momo
The
akada
man
ko ba ko bi don enjoy no dey akoko na
yeah,
asema ba.
we sometimes enjoys it. Yeah, report to. By a man in a year, they take it up. I have seen a situation where the woman did not report, but the husband saw it. So the woman was
Ah,
compelled to take it up.
you
One
see
of the
oh.
banks, Omuna, no bear mano, Abba, our funny wife. Then let me say the co-worker no didn't know them. Husband was there, and he touched a very sensitive part of the woman. So it became an issue. Became an issue.
Okay.
All right.
And now
Now,
104 no 103 no ka indecent house no ubekom no less than 6 months oh. Enti judge
well,
bi
I
an
need a
ti no de no
misdemeanor.
betimi ama o be 2 years me boa.
Yes, I need a misdemeanor. Misdemeanor
Misdemeanor.
is hovering around 3 years. Yeah,
3
that's a
years
lesser
yo.
offense.
Yo.
So misdemeanor is hovering around lesser offense.
Okay.
Now, let's look at the ingredients in establishing rape.
Okay.
All right. The main ingredient is penetration.
Okay.
If there's no penetration, we can say there's no rape. If you look at the definition for carnal knowledge, it's a little degree of penetration. Just a little degree of
I no
penetration.
breaking down I kind of ekapem kasem
Yes.
okay ekapem
Sir,
kasem.
little say ewuramu kakra kitwa bi keke yebeka say ewuramu penetration. And that is different from Ubeka. So I was just brushing. Brushing will fall under indecent assault because there's no penetration. The case I read in UK, R versus the Republic. The man, the guy, is a known sleepwalk.
Omo da omutumi nante ni bi onim se nante.
And in the night, he was able to jump through the lady's window, get in, and penetrated. Forced the lady and penetrated. Not die. Ain't the difference? They say a sleepwalk, there's no intention. Even though there's a penetration, also there's no intention. No, there's no intention to do that.
Okay.
But because there was a history of sleepwalking, the court accepted, said there was no intention.
But counsel for says English case no. And nay ye dubia bagana say, wo de oda utumi nante. Na wa hunyansa da. Me ya what badam kwe ba be sure so ma to edi so.
You see,
what ma wa jump wall, but wa jump wall no there. Still wada. What you need akoto mo na?
Vim. Sleepwalk in UK. Obi fro crane na yedi construction side no. Ofria koda stro kodu so no die. Obi to me spark a car. No one drive a car na kodu baby. No one park no wada. Sleepwalk.
Wow.
With that, everything is possible. But Ghana had a babu. Ya mbu say a comfort, babu say a baby.
We have a catch now.
Had a yanti sleepwalk as a yeni biasa. It is all ya brewabi. Now was sleepwalk. No could be obi fear. Yes, ye, now no maybe chum. Now, or ye way bebre, yes, sleepwalk. But Ghana had we don't have space for sleepwalk. Two will be a bomodia for show them.
No, lawyer, some okay, serious misread there, but serious case. Okay, say, and maybe a chimami be so much a sama na hachu.
Yes.
Now you say, oh, you by 4 na unim say, omo investigation na, me say it was all over the news. Na mami by 4 no, oh, rina, what's your turn, ya channel. Unim say a copy, no, ye uncaful patient. Now, or take Canada, or when is sick or boga, oh, not to say, okay, sleepwalk, why ya area and a bush your phone in a battery. No be abusuafo nti sleepwalk na ma onante no be pie Madina
na
ani omo na machi so oda obi fie because they okay omo so e be fo na wate ahoma ware
nti ye be bu before ubenya rescue no na yabo how no yanti sleepwalk ase but I've seen cases in UK they say nipa no fru crane or fru koso no call and edge one no koda Inti ade chi na nipa de da ho. Onu nim kra so da ho. Inti ye rescue no na ye hu say sleepwalk. Inti search person no, inti that case R versus Republic no. The court no affirm say the person is a known or sa deficiency no.
Okay.
Inti say okoye. In fact it is quite strange though. Say sleepwalk no you are able to pass through the window. Be a window because now the share wall to me for the window for way window for here na abaye we not die. That is what probably what saved him. Like we no call we no da ho nti oba ne tietie mu na no wada so that confirms say it could be sleepwalk but that is the real way.
And the emphasis on the rape, even the slightest penetration or a rape. The definition of court and behavior say, well, once I be a room no dear at the chrono.
It doesn't require for full penetration, not even half. A slightest penetration will establish.
2 years I could repeat half clutch and half full clutch. Why enjoy? Once I room to a minute there,
once a room little degree. I call beyond the lip, it is penetration.
Okay.
Once you go beyond the lip, it's penetration.
Council, me person my time, baby. I come in because me person you call the next time you to us for this marital rape, no. Okay, say by this definition, I just say 97 na nka say by force rape no so nipa ne ye wo yere a untumi nto no mo na.
No, it doesn't
Enti
define
ubetimi
relationship.
ato yere mo na. There's a
Yes, you can
case
rape.
obi one ne yere wo ho no ma okọ file for divorce oba na file for divorce ama o ma separate na be ma no call night out a wa kotwitwa bi Friday night twitwa bi Hennessy nom ne tequila nom ne beer ne eyi apio aba na ani so no no ope ba bi afa no obowura na yere no ho na okoto oba no mo na court no ka che court say oni oba ni njaye nti e consent e prior
No, no,
consent of our
not
no
at all. Not
na
at
oba no
all.
so ato no mo na ha
No, not at all. No court will listen to you. It is at the point of penetration, you know, what do you have consent? If yes, it is not. If you don't, yeah, it's at the point of where it doesn't matter whether it's your wife or within that 24 hours. Uh-huh.
Okay.
But a man also has been taking advantage of this. You
Oma
have,
oma buye kwase ache council nyese ye take advantage.
oh, a man will be taking advantage. Onwa will consent. Oh, yeah, what maybe say Oscar. Because when I say last, you know, I didn't consent. That is you have to. Well,
No better than ko actually akọ prove say there was no consent because it's very difficult. Because
wow.
when you sex kro na wie into you then ko prove say there was no consent.
Well, he who alleges must prove.
Yeah.
Yes. Inti say obano to minya instance bi wo ye no at the point and catch us say me sorry cry na wo betwe me fee gate na dana no de me ba bed no so a show said the woman was retreating, was moving away from the scene. Inti say obama no so gitu me said there was something like that. Now, yeah, sometimes when you cross-examine, there's one defilement case, no, rape case I did. Obani said was a rape. Now, we were able to prove, say, Obano do be money demuno. When you nipa wakra and he jump on the bed, with the nipa wa. All right? You can see, say, willingly, no, the lady went on the bed without the man even pushing her on the bed. It will be difficult for you to prove, say, there was no consent in that regard.
But say a council, a lawyer be on every normal person him say. So oba so no beda so be yin mpaboa. Obe run ho. Enti aden na oba na enye strange say we yin mpaboa. So
this is what happened. This is what happened. I asked, say, was it deliberate? Say, who share that be man asem? That is why we say we do mpaboa as if fi ekoda na mpaso. Say we will not say there be oda so wie no oyiye. Right? Inti that confirm say ono a na ekoda so. Oka say no. Oda mpa no so wie no oyi ni mpaboa no.
Okay.
But the mpaboa no has already dirtied the bed sheet. Okay? Inti Obano gave us a lean way for the court to believe say ono a na ekoso didn't okoda so in mpaboa no. In fact, if the Obano has disputed that, it would have been difficult for us to say anything. So that is what saved us.
Okay.
That is what saved us.
Okay.
Yeah, and it kept up. It just kept up. Say, Obama no can be bisa. So it just came up. Say, you don't like the man. You just wanted to dirty his bed, or you want to just do something against him. Into koya na koda impano so. I said no. Oda impano so pe.
No, not just why ready.
Exactly. So it's a case by case consideration. The court will look at the merit of the case and the circumstances. Say, just be very careful.
Yeah, money now.
Yeah, judge, excuse me to say, obi erepo ni bada. Na obeka bi auntie. Ya wadi woni muno, the class say wo na repo ni bada. So such people, be careful. Uko nya judge, why a victim of rape or defilement? Uko jina nima, look, you will not have mercy. All right, and especially a judges, about rape need defilement, and they take it too personal. Too personal.
Yeah, was so taking it personal so cancel because a sidudo. Because they say me and me come asem say sebio e mema yefu e man so ayefu. Into pebia ubenya. Nti there's no reason why was okoto obi mu na. Tu hwe say de mebu na mema bui na wo se chinchin a we de akola keto bi o e me se cancel obi tumi to akola bi mu na sebe na siate akosi ne to no anya fistula. Ashama me wu ashama. on repeat akola no man asete na se etikosi ne to nti akola ni gya ne na ya na eba baby a emebu ko temase uba eyi Subin Valley ema wo ho wo mu gina ka kwan no ho abesi Datu secondary school emebu enkran abroche kwa de mu gina glass mu nti de mbiew
if eno de me cry me lawyer no if you try me I will not defend such a case. Yes, Okofa obi 8 years. No. Because me who are corner was such person who are Ubeka say you can't even tame your excuse me, say stupidity. Kofa obi or that age. At least a penny be cry now, but was a cry. But if let's also advise our women. If you are not interested, don't lead the person on. I am yes, then I had the lady on. If you are prepared to sit with me to drink till 10 o'clock p.m., 11 o'clock p.m., you are prepared, sir, after we have
taken... Are you saying, say me no tena se ne nom sa ko si 10 o'clock e che say by force or say me no bada na
after say ye nom sa at 10 o'clock, if you are prepared to follow me to my house, it leads to one conclusion.
Oh, there be follow you to your house here komo. Oh, council.
Yo.
Na me no wan tena se ya ko tena o golden tulip ni abon komo. Ni e ko fie ni e ko tena komo no so a.
Asem no be ma de I have seen a ma oba timi fa be ma danfo a na adwin mu no na danfo. Be ma adwin mu no something else. So inti in that
council member no mo na mo hia brainwashing yen because yeah oba betimi afa wadanfo na e clean. Now would you
must also try say and don't lead the person too much.
Okay.
All right. Fanny said yes, you are say we when the Machiako fee, when the Marco die and pastor say you're bon. No, at that time. You understand?
Okay.
One she look, we catch you be say one she money tries or by now see the beer. Over to make if you saw you cry not full say Uber out to become over to make so don't even expose yourself to someone when you cry. Very dangerous.
Okay.
When men are on heat, anything they can do anything.
Okay.
And you don't lead the person there.
Okay.
What time you also sorry I have to go home. Leave. Clear on the mind say you are not for that. I say, oh yeah, where did the cheat? I can way also where the madam for me to not that person. It never happens.
It's true. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah too.
I know they kokobo now they ma unu man so obi anhwe no ye because then okay wakunwa unya kwan na wakoko otumpo no wakoka say rape because wakunwa wie.
Yes, obetumeku. If so feel say oye wie na ba beka no beko prison there. Oh, obetumeku. When I don't know what dampu baby. We must be very, very careful when it comes to sour. It's be advising omunina. Yeah, advise you omunina.
Okay. You cancel. You fancy Anameka next time I bet to us on marital rape no our real mumu na to no. You bet to us no. Mama na wase bebre.
Thank you me chobia.
Obia so just yeah that's bebre. Council lawyer Paul Atitsogbui ESQ and no church in nsemu say ade ne de omo wo emra omo de adwuma ment na ho na ne beko ba ojigu su chicken na ware kebab na wo wi no wadi na chi also protect yourself cry because now saying court no ehwe also one of the cases they were looking at contribution so one so ka ho nti one ma action bi wo ho obeye be che say one ma consent so we need pakro beda nti ono da wi a ntumi nkoka se rape mra ne de kire se de ba ye nyina no ye betimi aboye ho eban ye na wase bebre se we enjoy discussion we edemaye next time ye de another enkomo ebeba ne nyina ye de atu ye ho fu ne ye de asua na ye nyina ehu nyansa ye aboye ho eban ye de mase bebre